Hi, welcome to the follow-up questions from the Leading Well series. My name is Ebony Smith, and I'm here to answer some of the questions we got in our Q&A. So first question, how do you manage difficulties regarding fitting in when you're alone in your identity, gender, and race? What would I tell my clients? I would tell my clients that they're going to really need to anchor themselves in who they are. You have to be really clear and specific on your own values so that you can show up as an authentic version of yourself. It's nearly impossible to pretend to be somebody else consistently without draining your personality and all the leadership energy that you have. This is where resilience and self-care really plays an important part in how you choose to show up. I'm going to ask you, what's your self-care routine? How are you nurturing yourself on a daily basis? All of those things will help you in building and nourishing your own resilient leadership. It's all going to start with you beginning to take care of yourself and actually planning out reset activities every week and doing resilience activities every day so that you can show up as a natural, healthy, authentic version of yourself. How do you show your team your vision, and what does your vision need to have in order for it to be understandable? I think you show your team your vision by being really clear on what the end goal is, but being very flexible on how you get there. As the leader, it's part of your role to guide your employees to ensure that they have enough bandwidth and space to get the goals accomplished. As a leader, it's also your responsibility to let them figure out, if they have the capacity, how to get there. That diversity of thought in clearing the path and building the journey may bring in ideas that you haven't considered just because you don't have their subject matter expertise. So I think it's really about being very clear on how to get there, but being very flexible on the steps it takes to get there if you can be. And that's a great way to lead your team. How do you balance as an employee both authenticity and vulnerability when addressing issues or asking for change in a given work environment? I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. Clarity. You just need to be really clear about what the end goal you're looking for and what it actually looks like. No one can read your mind. You can be very authentic in how you show up, but you should also be respectful in tone and see if you are addressing the concerns of many people, or if you're trying to design an organization just for yourself and where you are inside your life cycle. Being authentic is important because it makes you more resilient. If you're not tapping into the reserves that we all have on a regular basis, it means you have something to share with others because you get to be at a natural state of who you are. And in the end, that's how we all want to show up, in that authentic and vulnerable place for each one of us so that we can thrive in that environment. If you're looking to address change, you'll have to examine what are the factors that you believe that the organization or team is holding on to. What are they afraid to give up to embrace the change? How can you, as a member of the team, provide them with assurance that there's a better future ahead and that you have a common goal in getting the results and objectives done? That's really about crafting the plan, you being comfortable in who you are, and being really great at telling an influential story. People buy into people and the story that got them to where you are. And if you can tell them a story about how it's going to improve their lives if they embrace this change, it makes it much easier for you as the visionary to execute that change. Thanks so much for writing in. We appreciate your questions.